announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Got Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And here's a look at the numbers for Westbrook.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni is the modern-day godfather of pace and space. His teams in Phoenix popularized small ball, moving around and pushing the tempo in their 7 seconds or less offense. It's ironic that now his Houston team plays a much slower isolation style of basketball. And Kevin, that shows his flexibility and D'Antoni's ability to adapt to his personnel.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. Clark, if you're a basketball purist, tonight might not be your cup of tea. These two teams live and die by the three-point shot.
And the evolution of the game has led us to this point where it's about spacing and knocking down the three-point shot. That's what's king now, and that's what we're going to see a lot of tonight.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front, and it's House in at the 3. And for the Nuggets, at the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris, and it's Plumlee in at the center. Now, here's Westbrook. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. Westbrook against Murray. Passes it to Millsap. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And the layup's good off the glass.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
For 3, Westbrook bangs home the trifecta.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Now here is Harris. He picked up 15 points in the last win against Memphis.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Murray. Murray. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. For 3, Westbrook. They get it back. Barton with some nice D.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And it's Plumlee.
Surveying the floor, Gary Harris recognizes when his teammates have open looks and gets it to him. I love the way Gary Harris has played early in his career, but I think last season was solid, but a step back from what he was hoping for. His scoring and shooting dipped, and he just couldn't seem to find the consistency that he wanted all season long.
Here's Millsap following the basket by Russell Westbrook.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Tucker kicks to Capella. And another shot. Plumlee with some nice D. Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the finish run out the game. And for Harris, not the way he wanted to start the first year of his 4-year deal.
And, you know, given that he was in and out of the lineup and fighting injuries, I don't think it's something that he should worry about. I mean, Harris is still an outstanding player. He's got tremendous upside, and I think he's going to be outstanding as he grows in the league.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
That is some artistry. Right on his way to the basket. He was soaring.
Hey, bump the move. How about the finish? That's right, fella. Bang that thing.
Now here's Barton. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. Millsap passes to Harris. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Harden. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Guys, they walked into the arena with swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
That free throw, no good.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And, you know, a big strength of the Nuggets is their depth. They can get points from
Your
all five
Nuggets
positions.
dancers!
Had 7 double-digit scores last year. You can see that at any level of basketball.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Mason Plumlee. He's averaging 11 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
And with the depth of the Nuggets, Clark, there was always someone stepping up.
Well, you know, that was the case game to game as well as after the injuries they had. Having a deep bench helps tremendously in the regular season. And, you know, you can weather the storm with those injuries like the Nuggets did and still win your division. Very impressive.
And here are the Rockets now, following the three-point attempt by Jamal Murray. And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. Now, this game is important.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Well, it's no secret that the Rockets are looking to take threes as often as possible. Over 45 a game last year.
Well, you think about the Rockets, and clearly the analytics application in how they play. Well over half their shots last season from three-point range broke their own record last year in three-point attempts.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Murray against Westbrook. Martin inside the line. Money from the wing.
It's obvious that Barton's jump shot has come a long way. Right now, he's pretty solid at catching and shooting.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Harden scanning the floor. The offensive rebound. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send them to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the strike.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. And, fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
Here's Murray from deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Houston Rockets heading to the bench with a 7-point. Russell Westbrook is surely disposition on the court, but he talks about
years I've been trying to find.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell is a part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets. Start the second. Tucker and Capella are up front. Russell Westbrook out there with Ben McLemore And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 slot. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as you may have seen years back.
And it's the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And, you know, you look at Monte Morris, this former Iowa State Cyclone, really an ideal option as a backup point guard. He's efficient and gets a lot done in limited playing time.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And Morris Clark, a second-round pick in 2017. He came alive in his sophomore season.
I love the fact that he got his chance and he made the most of it, Kevin. He showed great poise and awareness. Excellent in terms of his shot selection and was highly productive as a scorer and playmaker off the bench.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Rockets making the shot. Millsap down low. He's covered by Westbrook. That ball's off target. It's his 3rd miss. He's made 2 shots from the field.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical. And I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Morris. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. The pass to Porter. And here in the second quarter of action with a hand to 2.5 minutes played so far.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Now here's McLemore outside. Kept alive.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Hey, guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
So here's Westbrook. Michael Porter making his last shot. And there's McLemore on the assist by Westbrook. McLemore's got the lead up to 14 now for Houston. Westbrook against Morris. Pass to Porter. A fader. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. The defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Denver calls timeout. And one positive for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
And I like that, Kevin. He made sure to have a defensive coordinator on the staff delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Millsap. Hernan Gomez comes in for Grant. Harris is checked in for Malik Beasley. And Murray subbed in for Monte Morris. Now here's Porter. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis. Pocket 4. From past the arc. The Nuggets with another miss.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Murray against Rivers. Murray with the bounce pass. Hernan Gomez passes to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Porter, no luck. On Rockets lead by 18. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the basket by Harden.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Now, here's Porter. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Pass to Plumlee. Over to the left wing. And again, unable to change momentum here. And so it's Houston closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, there was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He ended up with 17 points. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
The second half upon us. We'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. When you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he's been everywhere.
No problem fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Zamp and Plumlee are playing up front. Filling out the wings, Harris and Barton. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Now here's Plumlee. Trying to find Murray, and he gets it to him. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for two.
Good concentration by Murray to score it inside.
Well, Clark, one thing you have to respect about Jamal Murray is how intense of a competitor he is.
And you can't substitute competitive spirit, Kevin. It's a great attribute to have, and you see that in how he's improved his game year to year. I mean, he loves being in the spotlight, going up against the game's big-name guards, and he doesn't shy away at all. That's a credit to him.
And here's Millsap following Russell Westbrook's three. Harris finds Barton. Releases. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Outside Millsap. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
And, you know, early on, Murray has proven to be an impressive scorer. Now he just needs to improve as a passer and defender.
Martin inside the line. And again, Denver no good. And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
The shot by House is no good.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Barton kicks to Murray. Up top, Plumlee. Barton outside, 5 to shoot. From deep. Barton missing again.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Chalk up 2 there. James Harden. And that's now 9 points for James Harden.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Barton outside. Good.
That's a three-pointer.
Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
Very respectable perimeter game that Will Barton has, fully capable of connecting from there.
Here's Harden. Basket good. Harden's got 11. Clark among the bigs. Which one do you think runs the floor the best?
Boy, I tell you, Anthony Davis is gazelle-like. And this guy is north of 7 feet tall and is just agile and quick in getting up and down. I think I'd put him at the top of the list. Clint Capella is in that category. Giannis Antetokounmpo as well, but a lot of times he has the ball and is taking it rack to rack.
He does. Brings it up like a guard, and no one can stop him.
Nobody can stop that guy when he gets coming downhill at you.
Now here's Harden after Clint Capella's miss. Harden, no good. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play. Harden got a piece of it.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Harden, no good. Stolen by Harden. The Rockets with another miss.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open,
Jamal Murray
you got to knock it down. And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
51 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the dunk by Capella.
The 6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Outside Millsap. Back to Murray. Kicks it to Harris. Denver needs to get off the shot. Here's Plumlee, and Capella sends it back.
Boy, the timing Capella has on the defensive end. Outstanding. Terrific at knowing exactly when to go up for those blocks.
Now here's Harden. 11 points in the game. It's stolen by Harris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Harris so good at using his body and athleticism to draw fouls. Hard to match up with him.
The Nuggets have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game.
Two.
That one is off.
This guy, Gary Harris, is a player on the rise. I love how confident he is. He knows he belongs in this league.
No luck that time either. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Rockets on top as they end the third quarter with a 13-5 run. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the...
Way to fight, guys. Way to fight.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got McLemore. Clark is out there with Chandler. And it's Thabo Sefolosha. And it's Rivers in at the 1 spot. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Who got him? Here's Clark, covered by Beasley. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Denver. What do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame career.
A three-pointer is right on target.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on defense.
Here's Porter. The teardrop falls in. Porter with the shot. Porter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just so tricky with that little floating jump shot. Porter has a great feel for when to let it fly.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul.
Monte Morris.
That is his first foul of the game.
That's his
You know what?
first
You've got to
personal foul.
always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. Chandler finds Cephalosha. 6 to shoot. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Porter. Morris inside, covered by Cephalosha. It's tipped. Now here's McLemore. Vernon Gomez covering. McLemore, the pass to Tucker. Over Beasley. The Rockets with another miss.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better.
Jeremy
Sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Morris against Rivers. Softly drops in the floater.
Austin Rivers.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. He kicks to Grant. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
This one for 3, and another 3 for Houston.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from 3, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. And they were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirming what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Russell Westbrook.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Here's Rivers, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Denver.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Second free throw, no good. We got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Morris looking over the floor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Nuggets, Monte Morris. Taking 2 shots.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out.